Deciding between staying in your lane, taking a recall, going to ward, or roaming for a gank is a complicated tree of choices. In this video, I'll go over how the best players make these decisions, so you can input the knowledge into your solo queue games. A quick definition before we start. Mid priority. This is where a laner is able to kill the enemy wave before their wave is killed, meaning they're able to leave the lane before the opponent to reach a fight faster, get vision advantage, or get a longer backy window. When making the choice of what your next action is in a game, you should already have thought about your role in the game. Roam timings are entirely dependent on lane matchup and what is happening in the game at the time. A good time to think about your lane and the matchup and who'll have priority is during the loading screen. In this first game, for example, Faker is playing Veigar into TF. Veigar loses the push in this matchup due to having less wave clear than the opponent. Because of this, he has much less lane priority, so thus is normally not the one deciding when the laners leave the lane. Faker accounts for this by taking Spellbook for low summoner cooldown and also uses TP to mirror the enemy TF's ultimate roams. The Spellbook means that Faker almost always has his TP available when TF's ult is off cooldown, and he uses this to match the roam, turning multiple fights in his team's favour. So that's an example of how to play when you're not the one with the wave clear, but how do you play when you do have the wave clear and you do have mid priority? Here's a game of Talia, played by Invictus Gaming's mid laner, Rookie. Talia is a champion who has really strong wave clear straight from level 1, and has an advantage over many meta mid laners right now. In this game, Rookie is against a Karthus, who messes up his positioning early game, giving Rookie constant lane priority. Rookie uses this for multiple ganks, most notably this one where he gains mid priority after backing by pushing a wave, forcing Karthus to return to mid lane and spend time clearing minions instead of matching the roam. Rookie then uses his ultimate to travel to bot lane, as they are pushed very far up, and it ends in a clean double kill for his team while Karthus attempts to help from mid lane to no avail. A side note, throughout the game, Rookie uses his wave clear to gain multiple advantages, including deciding when the mid laners are able to back to buy items, giving him greater power spikes, also taking smaller objectives such as stealing raptors from the enemy jungle after getting a pick in mid lane. So these advantages do not have to be full out bot lane roams into double kills, they can be smaller things, just like taking an enemy jungle camp. So what can we learn from this? High elo mid laners always catch their mid wave and then look to make a play. Right now it's very easy for lots of laners to get a large amount of tower damage if you leave your tower unattended with minions attacking it, so you need to ensure you're not losing XP, gold, or an early tower even due to roaming, as it will most likely never be worth the risk. If the matchup gives you a wave clear advantage and mid priority, it's your choice when the mid laners leave mid to make a play. On a champion like TF, Talia, or Galio, you want to do this with your ultimate to snowball side lanes. If the matchup gives you a disadvantage in wave clear and a disadvantage in mid priority, you must mirror your opponent as much as possible, or aim to pressure a different part of the map to try and gain an equal advantage if it's not possible for you to follow them. So either follow them to bot lane to affect the fight 5 seconds after they're in it, or stay mid and attempt to take mid tower while denying a wave of XP to the enemy mid laner. Champions like Veigar, Yasuo and Ziggs are low mobility, and thus should be attempting to win the lane and take down a tower rather than starting the roam, although they can follow. Taking TP and Spellbook is the best way to match enemy roaming champions, and can also be used to recover from a bad back, or increase your lane pressure if used after an early back where you have an item, health or mana advantage, and this can be enough to change the priority of some matchups temporarily. Thank you for watching, and subscribe if you want to see more of this.